So a few years ago, I decided to buy this 1986 Nissan 300ZX Turbo. Colloquially known amongst Z-car enthusiasts, this model is known as the Chooky, and its trim package is the GLL. The backstory that I have on this car is that the person who bought it in Indiana, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, walked into the Z dealership and said that he wanted one of these cars with every option available. So they said, well, do you want the weird seats? Yes, every option available. Do you want the steering wheel radio? Yes, every option available. So they gave him one that only has one poverty tray. So the only feature I can tell that it's missing is it does not have the vibrate with the music seat thing. The previous owner drove this so infrequently, hopefully you can see that, but it says that this has 39,052 original miles. So the previous owner drove it so infrequently that every time they'd get in it, because, and I'm guilty of this as well, I don't have a dowel holding the clutch to the ground, the clutch would be seized. So the last time that this was driven, in 2012, they got in it, wouldn't come out of gear, clutch was seized. So they took it to the shop unstuck the clutch, they picked it up, drove it home, clutch pedal fell to the floor. Something was wrong with the slave cylinder. And I've looked over this car, it has all original parts. Original belts, original hoses. It's got an undercoating of this wax oil stuff. It is a nightmare to clean off. It's all fogged in from the bottom. And once again, GoPro decides it doesn't want me to show you anything. It wants me to tell you about how I did stuff while it decided not to record. But I cleaned a lot of it out of the engine bay here, off of all the painted surfaces anyway, and off the plastic a little bit, but that was years ago. You can see here that, you know, this is what it used to look like. I haven't quite got it around this little seam yet, but you know, we got it back down to paint. So because this is all original, this car's a little bit too shiny. I can't just say, okay, get out of my way and go out into the yard, which is pretty much what we're gonna have to do, because I got to get some rust fixings going on with that. And I want to be able to pull that in here and this not be in the way, not get any collateral damage, not get paint chips flown at it, overspray if I'm trying to paint on that thing, whatever. But I got no place to park it. I could start it and just get it out of here right now, but where's the fun in that? I want to make a video, and I didn't know how to make any of this interesting, because when I purchased it, I touched the key and it just started. I wanted to see if it would build oil pressure, but I forgot to unhook the distributor, and it just started with 10-year-old gas in it, 10, 12, whatever it was when I bought it. It had a little bit of a lifter tick. The guy I bought it from didn't want it to be filmed, so limited footage on that. I also have footage of before I bought any kind of shop lights, where I was cleaning this out, so the footage is all garbage, and it smelled so bad I couldn't get in it without a respirator on, so you can't understand a word I'm saying. And there's no video in this if I'm just going to start it and drive it out of here and get it out of my way. But before this is a drivable car, you know, it is an interference engine. You're supposed to replace the timing belt at 50,000 miles, and it's at almost that. It's at 40,000, whatever, but it's still a 40-year-old piece of rubber that I got to get to. So yeah, once again, original belts, it's original plug wires, probably the original spark plugs. And this is a 39-year-old car at this point. So I think I will replace the timing belt just for funsies, so that's not an obstacle for enjoying this car in the future. Because so far it's, I could start it, but I mean, I got to replace the timing belt before I drive it. I probably don't, but I probably do. Can't replace this. When we loaded it onto the trailer, the wheel arches on the trailer came up to above the door, so I had to be in it. This window doesn't roll down. I don't remember if the other one did or not. And I don't think maybe we took the T-tops off, I don't know. But I had to ride in this thing on the hottest day of the year, locked in it with the mouse smell. Ugh, it was terrible. We missing one?
No, there just wasn't one on that one.
Oh, ripped off. All right, Will. I'm gonna go touch on the key. Oh, dude, it started right up. All right, well, before I pull too much bad gas into it. 1986 300ZX. Cherry interior. I mean, plenty of mouse turds. But other than the mouse turds, this car is immaculate. Like I'm making my money back. Trunk struts work. Still has the quick inflate bottle for the goofy spare tire. See what we got on this side. Okay. It's got the full toolkit. Another pile of change. In the glove box, an easy introduction to your new car audio system. Please play this cassette at least once. Never, because it'll get eaten as soon as I put it in. The original owner's manual, all the paperwork. And the full service manual. The only thing major on this car, while it was parked, it got smacked into by a trailer, so the driver's side door doesn't want to open. It's got some kind of night, and they spelled oil wrong. I've already put a battery in it, smoke tested it. And yeah, headlights pop up, radio comes on, antenna works because it's a retractable antenna. So far, the only thing that I haven't been able to do is roll down the windows. But it's been under a cover in a barn for at least the last decade. The last time it was registered was 2012. And it even came with the car cover. That is nasty. Damn, it stinks in here. Front pocket find right there. Something about to vacuum this thing out. It reeks. Well, there's where all the insulation went. Maybe I should pull. Oh my god, it fucking stinks so bad. My god, the smell is horrifying. But I found out where all the insulation went. I'm not taking this mask off. That is just piles of shit. Absolutely disgusting. It's wet. Yeah.
No one told me. No one tells me anything. No one. To make matters worse, they chose a flavor I've never heard of.
New from Kellogg's, Rice Krispies Cocoa. Rice Krispies, now with a delicious hint of...
That's just some shit, man. Ew. Alright, now the seat can come out. Only weighs 100 pounds, damn. And I got nowhere to put it. Gross. What all do we got? Some piss soaked change. Add that to the pile. First choice, vanilla WB. Second choice, 05 Stone WB. Whatever. Found this under the seat. Ta-da! I had to take this off camera. There was a mouse nest inside this seat. Let's torque spec on that. We'll consult Z Bible. Looks like it's 23 to 31 foot-pounds. Alright, got the passenger seat bolts out. And I found a dime. That's cool. Let's get this seat out of here. Even more change. Because smell does not translate well to YouTube, but I do have that. Found this doobob on the interwebs. It is an ozone generator. Looks like it can generate ozone for up to 180 minutes or something. Yeah, you could turn it on forever, but that'd probably kill us all. I have detailed this car top to bottom. I've had the seats out. I've had all the console apart. Haven't dug too far into the dash. Matter of fact, there was a mouse nest inside of this seat behind the back thing. But it just still stinks. It just reeks. I've shampooed, extracted the carpet. It's rip all the carpet out and redo everything, which I don't want to do. Or we could try this ozone thing. Or I have a chlorine bomb, but I'm kind of worried about the chlorine bomb. I think this might be a little bit more gentle and might do the same thing. I'm told or made aware of that maybe this might ruin the 1980s pleather, plastic, whatever. But if it always smells like this, it's already ruined. So I'm just going to give it a shot. And then get out of Dodge. I mean, it still persists a little bit, but the ozone generator has helped some. It's not repulsive in there anymore. It's just a little bit sour. But now that it doesn't reek, we can get that timing belt changed and have no excuse to not be enjoying this car. And have the ability to get it out of the way.
I wonder if there's like a serpentine upgrade instead of a tooth V-belt, you know?
No idea.
What are you doing, Colin?
What is it, AI? But like, I heard you say serpentine belt. You need a fucking recipe for pancakes? Work pants, work pants, work pants.
I actually just watched a video from Hank Green, well, the SciShow, on how they're finding, especially in the newer iterations, that it tries to please us, so it don't want to disappoint, so it will like tell itself, like it'll admit to a, well, not admit to a lie, but say a lie or whatever. They're using AI to code it and develop the AI itself, so they don't know exactly why it does certain things on a lot of their newer programs because they ain't doing the actual work to make it, so they don't get why it does what it does. But yeah, there's like this reinforcement theory where it starts trying to appease and doesn't want to disappoint. So when you ask it a question, like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure, because it doesn't want to upset you.
Son of a bitch. I told it it ruined my car, and yelled at it for like an hour. And then I said thank you to it about 400 million times because the CEO of Google said it costs him like $1 million every time somebody does that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, you suck, thank you.
Oh, I got Mom to start being nice to Alexa. Because she gets mad when she tries, okay, Alexa, stop. But she says it too quiet face in the wrong way, so don't pick it up. So she starts screaming at Alexa, stop! Because she sets a timer for it. I'm like, you better start being nice when the fucking rising machines come up. That shit's going to electrocute your ass first. So I'm like, thank you, Alexa. That's enough. And it'll shut it off. So now she's like saying please and thank you and shit to Alexa.
Nah, I ain't afraid of them. I ain't afraid of the AI. I'll murder the shit out of some robots. You ever see, like you see that Neo robot? Like it went viral the other day because there's like an early access program for this robot for like $500 a month, and it's supposed to do your laundry or move a cup or something. It looks like a fucking sock monkey because it's all covered in like fabric or whatever. So in the middle of the video, it breaks off, you know, cause it's like, oh, new robot, and it can take a cup to the kitchen for you, and then it breaks down. And you ever see the intro to Westworld, where it's all like super close up, like, oh, here's the arm of the robot. No. And it plays like sexy ass music or whatever. Well, in the middle of this robot thing, it was like it broke into that Skinamax camera angle, and then started playing some Bill fucking Withers. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away. Nice. So my thing was like, I was wondering if this was a pleasure model, and then the Skinamax and the Bill Withers kicked in, so yeah. And then YouTube shadow banned it. You refresh the page, it was gone forever. I posted it again 2 more times to make sure, and it just kept shadow banning it. All right.
Trying to figure out which one's neutral,
Well, I mean, I know this is incorrectly. I'm just like, which one is that?
Well, that's what I mean.
This is the positive. The one with the black on it is the positive, and the yellow one is the negative. And that's not a 10 mil. Hey, there's something on this car that isn't original. Should I take the T-tops off or not? No. I'm gonna take the T-tops off.
These T-tops ain't gonna move so long. They'll never go on right. They'll leak forever.
No, they come on and off. They're fine. Like, this thing has never sat outside ever. So I just want to see. No gauge cluster. And parking brake is on. Why does it not have an instrument cluster? Oh, disconnect the distributor. I want it to build up oil pressure. Oh, hold up.
You got damn good spark coming off that coil. It's jumping all over.
I thought it would.
That was too easy.
So that's new. I know that wasn't happening last time. But we got nothing. wasn't doing that last time. It was, I remember they both went up just fine.
Right, late Dennis earlier, you only did the one.
So that's, we'll have to check maybe a fuse for this dash, because if that dash don't work, this thing's fucking garbage.
Huh? Yeah, we're starting to smell a little rich now.
And I heard a little bit of lifter tick at first, and then it went away. So by the time we swapped hands on the camera, I don't think I heard it at all. So interesting that the dash stopped working, because I know it was working when we first got in it. Yay, we get to do diagnostic troubleshooting thanks to the dash not working. So we're going to do a diagnostic test where we're going to hold down the trip reset and turn it on and see if it diagnoses whatever on the display. Step 1. We got nothing illuminated. Okay, so I'd say first and foremost, maybe we should check some fuses.
Lights are on. Lights are on.
And even with the keys out, brake light's still stuck on. Alright, that'll be nicer to work on this thing a little bit. So we got a CD changer system in here, but I can't seem to find the CD changer. It's not under the seats because I took the seats out. Maybe it was in the back and they took it? I don't know. Good. Good. What in the fucking fuck is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 down, 10 amp. Why is there some kind of jumper thing sticking out of the turn signal fuse? Whatever this is. That one, on the other hand, is blown. So first step to getting all this apart would be to take this kick panel off. Seriously? More money. We got some turdage. Just disgusting. And I think this guy right here is what I'm looking for. I think that's the power module for the digital dash gauge cluster, whatever. All right, passenger seat weighs about as much as a regular passenger seat. This driver's seat weighs probably 90 pounds. Let's try to get it out of here without breaking anything. Hoo-wee, man, I found a corrosion. I'm gonna guess that's why the dash doesn't work. This is the power supply for the dash, and that plug on the left should be the power for it on the red and the black wire up top on the most left side. So I do see that there's corrosion right around there, so that's probably what's up. Pull this out and take a look at it, or maybe I'll probe it in place. No, I'll take it out and look at it, or maybe I'll probe it in place. Right, so we want to check the continuity is at pin 7 to a body ground, like the body here. So that's fine. I guess we don't have to replace power unit. So when no display appears, we want to check voltage between 12 or 1, 2, 4, and 8 and 7 with, you know, this orientation according to this, and then switch it and then check these. So ground with the positive to pin 3 and 9. So, alright, guess we'll just do that. We have 1 to 7, approximately 12, and we're getting 11.35. So 1 to 2, approximately 5, getting 505. 4 to 7 should be 16. Alright, and 8 is approximately 5. And there's like a 486. Positive to probe 7. 7, 5, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 8, 5.
Numbers suck. Yeah, there's like too many of them and stuff.
What is going on there? Now there goes. Now it's 22. Didn't have good contact. So it's that. Pins all look good. None of them missing. Nothing obvious out of place other than the corrosion on the outside. So we'll crack it open and see what's going on inside. These are rated to 105 Celsius. That's pretty cool. I'm not seeing any corrosion on the bottom side. So we're going to be probing everything to pin 7. We're going to just set it to continuity. We're going to take one probe. And so we're interested in this pin right here. So instead of testing on the back side of this pin, what I'm going to test is I'm going to test the next component in the trace. Or even one of these down here, it doesn't matter. We can see that they are all connected with the trace to this pin. So that being the top one closest to me would be this pin right here. So what we will do is we will set that guy on that trace on the back. Alright, I'm on the pin, touching the pin, and wiggling it causes it to break and lose and regain continuity. I'll try it with this other one that looks broken. I'm on it. Totally on it. Totally touching it. Really press down on it in order to get it to have continuity. So that's our issue. We got to just reflow these points. And I know that these 3 here are bad from what it looks like, and then maybe these ones on the corner as well. Alright, nice and clean. So we'll apply a little bit more fresh flux. All right, that should be good. Yeah, I gotta like let go of it in order for it to stop beeping. I think we found our issue and fixed it. All right, since we know, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to go find some thermal paste and we'll put this back together right. This old nasty, not really doing much stuff off, and we're gonna replace it with this nice fresh tuba Mast Ragel. Yeah. So we will take a bottle of isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip. We will wet the end of that Q-tip with the alcohol, and we'll just clean this off. I'm going to go hit that with a piece of sandpaper or a wire wheel or something. Then we will paste up these heat sinks and put her all back together, since we know that, or are pretty certain now, that this is not the problem. So on this, there's plenty of ways to do it. Some people do a big glob.
Men love it when you really glob it on.
Some people do a line. Some people do an X. Some people do whatever, and here's how I do it. I take my thermal paste, and I will put a line right like that. Then I will take an old card, in this case an Omni lock from a security facility that I used to work at, where all you had to do was get into a unencrypted and open access shared network drive and just change a bunch of parameters to yes on your card number. And then you could just get into any and every room in the building, and nobody had any record that you made the changes because you did it on a text document and not through the software. So yeah, thanks security company, you suck. But here's how I do this. We just removed 40-year-old thermal paste off of consumer electronics from back in the day that have nowhere near the heat output of the ones that we have these days. So this should be fine. And this little washer goes on this little ground lug right here. This makes contact with that and to the box a little bit better. And it's loose, so I'm putting this screw in to register it. Yeah, because it tried to move. It moved. Yeah, that would be very, very bad. And now we can put it back in the car. Hopefully it caught on camera when I took this front panel off underneath the steering wheel. It did have some little bits of orange on it, which we can see right here in the carpet. And there we go. There's our culprit. So that's why the digital dash isn't working. It's just one wire. We will scab on a new piece there, and it should be fine. I'm just going to shrink tube it. At least there's no chance of them shorting out to each other. So the blue wire that I fixed, according to this, only goes to the warning lamps. I should get 12 volts in every position. So here we got our ground, and we got 11.9, 11.2, 11.16. So we got our approximately 12 volts on everything. All right. Is it broken forever, or did I fix it, or no change? Place your bets. Oh, snap. Now we got to get this sucker back in without pulling the steering wheel. And that'll be the fun part. So yeah, now we got to find a way to stuff all this back in here without taking the steering wheel off, because I don't want to do that. And assembly is the reverse of disassembly. So I hope you were paying attention, because I don't remember where any of these screws go. And that's what zip ties and tape is for. After much wailing and busting of knuckles, all back together. And I don't see any extra screws laying around. have the seat in, all we have to do is vacuum up all the little bits of crumbly foam and everything that fell out of the dash and all the mouse leavings, and then we can do a proper test of the dashboard in the dark. That'll be fun. Oh, drop some screw. Okay. What the hell? There's some change under the CD changer. Hell yeah. Oh, damn it. Drop that washer. Alright. Let's go ahead and get that washer out of the money hole, apparently. It's just a deck screw. Awesome. What the hell? All right, we got our washer back and $2,000 cash. This car has paid for itself. Perfect. Got the controls for the CD changer here. Wonder if there's anything in the ashtray. Yeah, go figure. Seriously? All right. We have 10 pounds of change that's worth 6 pounds at a Coinstar machine. $2,000 cash. A big dollar coin. 2 medium dollar coins. 2 gold Sacagawea dollars and a John Adams dollar. A penny that was used as a fuse. 2 wheat pennies. A Lincoln bicentennial penny. A quarter that looks like it's seen some shit. 2 Susan B. Anthony dollars. 4 Buffalo Dick nickels, the 30 pence, 10 Canadian dimes, 3 beaver nickels and a penny, 100 won, some space alien money, some Marines fighting the war on Christmas, bring our boys home, a video game token, keeping that, a coin that always comes up Jesus, and boing. Not to mention $20 worth of drinks and an Alaskan strip club. I think this car paid for itself. Oh, and a washer. Score. So we're gonna fix the timing belt. We're gonna fix the brake lights. We're gonna do what we can to fix the smell. We're going to replace the old, incredibly old tires that are all checked and dry rotted. We're going to replace the gas in the tank because the injectors are unobtainium and I don't want to have to pull them and have them remanned. So I want to put fresh gas in it with some injector cleaner or something, and diagnose the running rich issue. But I mean, the thing hasn't gone anywhere, hasn't moved under its own power since 2012.
For my sovereign citizen world, one silver bracelet, a bit of pepper spray, a broken car window for which they will pay to my sovereign citizen world. Get up, stand up, don't forget to wipe. Most people think they have the best TP anyone can buy, but the most important thing is to have a bottle of life.
Jesus, this is such a stupid video.